We're Karen and Bo Christensen, a Danish-American couple who met in Germany in 2016. Bo is an airline pilot, and Karen is a freelance advertising creative director. In late 2022, we bought Château de la Tuileries in Martel, France, and are working to make it a bed and breakfast and wedding destination fit for a queen. Welcome to Queen's Escape. We are at the place where you buy statues and fountains. We came yesterday with the guy who wasn't here, but we called and he promised he'd be here today. So this is one of the fountains we like. It's really nice and big. We have to find out what's the price on such a size, including everything. Yeah, that one's cool too. The little boy and the fish and all the things on the bottom I liked. Yeah, that's kind of nice. So it looks like we're not just getting a fountain here today, we are also getting some lions. And where these lions are going to stand, I am not sure. But look at him. There he is. And his brother. I think they should be looking out. You know, right now they're looking at each other the way they stand, but doesn't it seem like they should be looking out, keeping guard? We were discussing that. How about that? So it seems we will purchase this fountain, and it is actually already in pieces over here. That's what they're going to look, and he was telling Bo he can power wash it if there's anything on it that he wants to take off. But that is the biggest one they have here, and we need a very strong pump to send the water above it, so it really goes up high and comes down. So I just wanted to show you some of the other things that we looked at today. We looked at these beautiful planters. Some of them are pretty cool. I particularly like this sort of old-fashioned looking ones with the grapevines. And these are pretty cool too. You know, if we ever get to decorating the grounds around the pathways, could be some neat things out there. And then this is a lamp post. Isn't that funny? So it's frost protected, he said. But I just thought that was really pretty. Kind of a neat old-fashioned style stone lamp post. If we did put light in the garden, that would be a pretty cool thing to do. And then we looked at some benches that they do, and then some very large planters on this side. Very large planters, all kinds. But this bench was very pretty. It's a Louis the 15th style bench, this one and this one. They had some neat ones. And then you see Diana here. There's Beau.
We have actually found a fountain that we would like between the castle and the orangery. And there's a very nice lady who wants to donate a fountain to us. And so instead of just ordering something online and not really seeing the thing and see how big it is and so on, we decided to come here today to get our hands on and see what it actually looks like. And it turns out that we also get a better deal. This is what we're going to purchase today, so that we can have that installed between the two buildings on this nice green lawn we have there. And we're very excited, and it will be delivered, and then of course we need a mason to come and fix up the little cracks so everything is made tight and the water will stay inside. But, and also we have to get the base, the concrete base created in the lawn before that thing is installed. So it's a little bit of a project, but we're very excited.
Why don't you stand close to it so we can see how big it actually is? And you see how tall it is with Beau next to it. So it's a really good size for the lawn that's there.
The water's gonna come out. We're gonna need a lot of water, but when that thing is installed, it's gonna be really awesome.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So thank you.
Hello, it's Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Thank goodness, because I got guests coming on Wednesday. It's Tuesday, and the fountain guy is coming. Let's have a coffee. The fountain guy is coming today. He's coming. He was going to come on Sunday, but he's coming today. And then he's just going to take a look out here at the location here where we want to put the fountain, and really, I think, get an understanding of the space we have, and so that he can speak to the mason that he will have to come out here. And so that's going to be right about here in the middle. You see, we've got this nice sidewalk edge that goes around the whole thing, And it forms this, hold on, let me turn this around. It forms a shape, you see, sort of a large rectangle with just this corner cut off here. And it's in the middle here where we want to place this fountain. And there is thinking behind that idea. And that's that we have the orangery here, and this is where we're going to have the wedding dinners. And people like to have multiple spaces to spend time in when they're at an event. So you could be sitting in there and, you know, eating, and then maybe you, if you're a smoker, you come out here to the smoke for a smoke break. Or maybe, you know, you just want to have a private conversation or be in the fresh air if it's nice. And we could have the fountain in the middle just as sort of a ambiance thing with tables around, maybe standing tables where people can just lean and maybe, you know, have hors d'oeuvres or have drinks. It's another location where we could have hors d'oeuvres, you know, if we wanted to have a little time for the couple to have pictures before everybody comes into dinner and it's nice out. They could stand around here and have hors d'oeuvres and enjoy the fountain and have drinks. It's just another location. We were thinking to do that sort of thing on the terrace, but it might be nice to have this space here also for that. And the fountain just makes it a destination. So we really, really love that. So fountain guys should be here anytime.
So I measured up the center of the lawn here, the cords and sticks to be sure it's in the middle. So that stick is not to be removed before we're ready to dig out the circle. We're going to put a cord on this one, and then we can spray paint the grass to see the size of the circle, which will be 3.8 meters in diameter. And that's a little bigger than the fountain that we ordered. Fountain is coming tomorrow on pallets because it's in pieces. And first we have to dig it out, and Bertrand, he's going to come with his digger also to help with this work. And then we will make the base with concrete and fiberglass and whatever else goes in there to make it really strong. Yep, that's the plan.
Okay.
Oui. Et après, il faut remplir champagne.
Yes, please. Oui,
Après,
merci. Yes. For the marriage, perfect. goodness. We have lions. How about that? Oh, now that looks like something, doesn't it? Look at him looking outside. Oh, this is cracking me up. How about that? And his brother. And then down here, there are these two little musicians, because we're gonna have the wedding chairs all set up down here when we finally do weddings. Pet kitties guarding the chateau. How about that? Doing today?
First we put the centerpiece at the bottom, and that's where the pump is going to go inside. And we'll put a pipe up through, a special pipe for the water. Then this piece is the next one. So first we had to make sure that one is level over here before the big piece comes on. The next one is that one. And then you see those two over there looking like the big one here.
Yep.
So it's kind of like a 3-step.
Yep. And then
You're just building Lego pieces. So big one, followed by that one, followed by the big one over there, followed by this one, followed by the small one
over there,
inside,
and then
the top.
the little guy. And what's this little one?
That's the door.
Oh, a door. Ah, okay. That's cool.
You can film in here.
Yes.
And you can see where the electric cable comes. That's for the pump.
And the pump comes later?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Now you have to build it.
And how much of this are they doing today? All of this? All of this construction?
I don't know. I think he's going to build the centerpieces today and then the circle around it on the edge.
Oh,
all the
yeah.
pieces. I think he's going to do that tomorrow.
Okay. Makes sense, because you'd want to be able to reach to do this middle part unobstructed.
Yeah. The other one is just putting the pieces in, and he's going to have to seal it all the way around like he did in the bottom there, so it's waterproof. Because it's only the bottom part that has to hold water. The rest is just going to go up through the pipe and kind of spread down on the levels. But it's all going to end up in the bottom. So we're moving the parts for the fountain carefully, because You have to come all the way over here to the base of the foundation. And it's not as easy as it looks. These pieces are very heavy. So we have to do it carefully. Yeah, I think that one is the heaviest piece of them all. Because the other ones we could lift over. This one here is smaller. That one is just a rubber tire. And then we have these single pieces here for the big circle in the bottom. Have to drill little holes in the bottom of that piece that just came up, because in the winter we can empty it out, but he says it's better to drill little holes so the water can run in the center down, because he was asking, do we want to empty this out? And I said we can, but he said yeah, but then it's gonna rain, so there will be water in there no matter what. And I suggested to put a cover on it, and he says, well, so
drill holes so the water
can go in the center and down, because otherwise it's going to freeze in there, and that could create some problems.
But doesn't that cause some problems in the bottom?
No, it's going to be water.
Because it'll empty into the bottom part?
Yeah, the pump will be underwater anyway. It will be submerged.
Interesting.
so they're gonna stop today now because that stuff has to dry up, and then they're gonna build the rest tomorrow, and then hopefully the circle around too.
Very cool.
Ooh la la, we're getting the pieces in. And it's looking pretty good.
Which makes sense. Yeah. And some don't go anywhere at all because they need to be something poked in them to open up the hole. We'll see. A lot of them are blocked. All right, I just came out to check the fountain this morning and I see wet spots. And I can see we have a leak right here. But it's coming from here. Not from the grout, but from here. And you can see the hole there too. I'll just check around. It's wet over here too. Pretty darn wet, actually. Yeah, there's some water here coming from here.
yesterday I marked up a circle around the concrete because it was very uneven in the edges, overflowing from the hole, and I just put a thread around the bottom section here, and then I measured out how much distance I wanted to have. And so you can kind of imagine the thread coming out a little bit like this, and you put the pencil in, because then you can go all the way around like that and you get the same distance. And then I cut it with a grinder, and now we have what looks like a nicer round edge. So the grass and the soil will grow into the edge over time anyway, so it looks nicer now.
Mm-hmm. And was that easy to do?
Yes and no. It's very dirty work, very uncomfortable, a lot of dust, but it's not hard to cut in the concrete.
Mm-hmm. Looks really good.
That?